Hometowns, baby. Let's go. I missed you. Oh, no.
When I'm with him, everything melts away.
Score, Peter, score!
I am in love.
And I'm really excited for Peter to meet my family.
If tonight goes how I hope it goes, I could definitely be falling in love.
I'm just asking for the truth.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore, Peter.
Are you kidding me right now?
How are we even supposed to move forward from this?
By having a conversation.
And you're supposed to come and meet my family tonight?
Oh, Peter, I feel kind of bad. Here to break down Monday night's episode of The Bachelor is People writer and reporter Jody Guglielmi and Bachelor alum Kayla Quinn. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
All right, let's talk about this. Hometown dates. You've been there, Kayla.
Right.
Do you remember how you were feeling and how your family felt before meeting Ben Higgins and then after?
I think they're really nervous because they've never been on television and they don't know what to expect. They haven't seen you for 3 months and then they're thrown into the situation just trying to like connect with you for a little bit of time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Victoria's family's still like, when do we get to meet?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. Peter's first hometown date is with Hannah Ann. Her father's a forester. They went axe throwing, wood chopping. There's a lot of really cute stuff in there. I thought it was great. The family very protective of her, as you would be, and I actually like that as well. I wonder though, when it came to her dad being sort of straight up, hey, don't say I love you unless you totally mean it. Did that play well? Did it scare him? Did he appreciate it? What do you think, Jody?
I think it played well. I think that's a dad thing to do, to say, like, don't break my daughter's heart, don't make false promises, especially on a show when the reality is he's dating other women. So I think the dad was just being straight up, and I think Peter took it seriously.
Well, and Peter has some reservations about Hannah Ann being ready for marriage. She's 23.
Right.
Do we think that she is ready?
I personally think she's very young, but the great thing is we saw she comes from like really good family values, so they have time to figure that out even if they do get engaged.
Yeah. Also remember that Maddie is also 23.
Yeah.
So there's
It's a young bunch.
It's a young bunch, which it's like maybe we should just officially date at the end of this. But Peter then heads to Iowa, the hometown, with Kelsey. They stomp grapes, which is great. They didn't fall over, which I don't know, the old meme where the people fall over doing it. No, doesn't
I need
matter.
to find that meme.
Find it. Anyway, why would I reference that right now? But Kelsey tells him that she's falling in love with him. Again, now we've got the mom warning Peter, don't break her heart. The parents are on guard here, every hometown. Again, it's a good thing. But Kayla, it kind of seems like Bachelors, they're a lot freer dropping the L-bomb, saying I love you, or at least moving in that direction more quickly these days. What do we think about this kind of Peter not reciprocating when she said it, right? Like that to me was a big uh-oh moment.
It was, and it should have been a red flag for her, but I do, like you said, I think a lot of men confuse love and lust, and so they think they're in love with them, but really do they want to just sleep with them?
Yeah, and it's hard to tell at this point, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
And also, I don't believe in falling in love. Like you either like somebody or you love somebody. Like I think it's kind of a crutch that the show uses a little bit because they can't. Normally they don't say I'm fully in love with you, but they need to convey their feelings somehow.
Yeah.
So I always find it kind of strange.
Again,
But he is falling in love with Maddie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I really liked Maddie's date. They went to a basketball court, showed off her skills. I thought this was so fun. They're shooting hoops, and then he meets her family. Her family is very protective. Also, really worried because, she's saving herself for marriage. She has not revealed that yet. So this is a very deeply personal thing. Are you surprised she hasn't yet? Do you think she should have revealed this information sooner, Jody?
I am surprised. I thought maybe she would have revealed it when they were having the conversation about religion to begin with, because that's her reason for waiting to have sex, is because of her faith.
Yeah.
So
and that part has come up before.
Right,
yeah.
right. So I thought she maybe would have talked about it then, and now we are pretty late in this, and fantasy suite dates are coming up, which is when maybe something would happen.
And it's crazy because these parents, all they know about Peter is Windmill McGee.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
They're on the opposite ends.
Yeah, everybody knows who Peter is and what Peter does, so it's kind of surprising. I would think that she would even be interested, but you never know.
What do you think, Kayla?
I think that he's got good morals in him, and he probably doesn't want to be known for just being the guy who had a lot of sex in a windmill. So I think he's just trying to look for a more serious woman, and that's probably a quality he admires in Maddie, and he'll fall in love with. And I think it's admirable she waited this long to tell him that she's a virgin, because it's something usually women just blurt out. And I think it is something more personal.
Right.
And like, I love that they build a foundation for it.
And she didn't make it a storyline about herself.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's just different.
I love Maddie. Well, we have to talk about Victoria F. So they
my
go
gosh.
hang out in Virginia, take some old-timey photos. They went to a Hunter Hayes concert.
Which was a big hit, by the way.
Yeah. And then after the concert, an ex-girlfriend of Peter's happened to be there, revealed that Victoria is not a good person, saying that he should be careful. Blurred out face and everything, there she is.
It was so dramatic. The blurred out face, I think, was just an extra little thing they added.
Oh, yeah.
Victoria and Peter have had these ups and downs. What is your whole take on this situation?
I think Peter had a bomb dropped on him right now, and he, of course, has to address it right away. I think he handled it really well by confronting Victoria right away, and she is the one who's just a little, you know, she doesn't know how to react, and she is a little immature in her reactions, just being very defensive, and so I think Peter did the best he could with the information.
Yeah, basically defensive and tries to turn it on him. But so let's take a quick look. Peter tries to confront Victoria F. about the bombshell outside her family's home, and it didn't go well. Take a look.
I'm like just disgusted
Victoria,
right
you
now.
heard my words. Do you think there's any way I couldn't address this?
Then I don't
Is
want to
it-
do this.
But can we just talk? I'm not
Okay,
trying to
let's
have
talk
you-
it out. What are we gonna say?
I did not accuse you of anything. I simply told you what had happened because I
You're
was.
supposed to meet my family tonight, and you
I haven't felt
decided.
you really fight for this.
Really? You
It's like-
haven't?
It's like
That's
multiple.
funny.
But I want you to be completely realistic right now.
I am
do you think,
so
do you think,
done with this
you think- you think
conversation
it's
right now.
possible-
I can't do this.
So Peter ends up leaving, not even meeting Victoria's family. By the way, I've never seen a more authentic argument happen, right?
Oh, yeah,
it got
that was a
petty,
real
it
life
got
argument.
wild. Yeah, well, Jody, what does this say about their ability to maybe or maybe not move forward into a marriage relationship when you look at how they fight?
I mean, I think how couples fight tells you a lot about them. It really boils down to communication skills, which like they don't seem to be able to do that. I mean, like she literally walks away every time they get into an argument. So I was thinking it was going to be really tough to overcome that situation because again, they have fought on every single date they've been on, basically.
Can I just say this? I think it's interesting how every time they've had an interaction like that, somehow it ends up that she positions herself that he is now
Yeah.
apologizing to her.
It's a masterclass on gaslighting.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Everything
Yes.
was flipped around.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to watch. Insane.
And it's a pattern.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've seen it, so it's just clearly something maybe she needs to work through because he communicates really well with the other women.
Yeah.
And then it's shocking because he sends Kelsey home and he keeps Victoria F. What were your reactions with that?
I mean,
I understood, but I was kind of ready to see Victoria go. I just am like I feel like that relationship has really run its course and I don't know what he's holding on to.
Right.
And Kelsey is more stable. She's very upfront with her feelings. She communicates well. But
I think Kelsey's dad too warned, or like every dad did, don't break my daughter's heart. And she's someone that if you brought her to fantasy suites, she would have her heart even more broken because she'd be so attached.
Yeah.
So it is better to cut people loose a little sooner.
I felt bad for her.
I did too. So the episode ends. Madison approaches Peter, presumably to kind of reveal this that she's saving herself for marriage. Not exactly sure how this is going to end. There's sort of an ultimatum, giving us Luke P flashbacks. In fact, I've seen some really funny memes featuring Luke P in light of this new revelation. What are your predictions for next week?
I think next week will be really dramatic.
yeah, I think next week is the episode I'm the most excited for.
Right.
Do you think he'll go along with the ultimatum?
I don't know because we've seen some other teasers where he did say I've been intimate with somebody.
Right.
So I think there's a chance we might see Maddie walk.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too.
Right.
Which I think she should. They're completely on opposite sides here.
Which we haven't seen this season or like in a while.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a lot of courage.
I do too. I
walk
mean,
away.
and it'll if she does do it, it'll show that she like is really firm in her beliefs.
Yeah.
I would love her to be Bachelorette.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we were saying, I was saying that last night. Yeah,
Come on,
she would be a
Maddie.
good one. Yeah.
She's like, you need to leave so that you can be Bachelor.
Yeah.